Welcome back, my friends, to the D-Rate the Hate podcast. I am Wilk from wilkworld.com, and this is going to be episode 21 of our podcast. And today, this one we're going to call, I've been trying to figure it out, but this one I think we're going to call Say No to Losers, No Drama for the Win. And, you know what, first real quick, I want to get some business out of the way. I've heard recently from a couple listeners that for whatever reason, when they click on the link in social media or whatever, it only plays a certain amount and then asks them to sign up for something. I don't think, I have no idea why it's doing that. I haven't been able to recreate it or replicate it. But if you do get a chance, go to Apple Podcasts or iHeartRadio or Spotify or anywhere where you enjoy your audio, and you can subscribe to our podcast. Just type in D-Rate the Hate and subscribe to our podcast. Leave us a review. I would greatly appreciate it. The best way to get a hold of me is to look us up on social media like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and send me a message through those. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But if you are having an issue listening to the whole podcast or one of our episodes in entirety, just go to, like I said, go to one of the other podcast platforms, or even go to directly to Buzzsprout, which is the platform which I use to record my podcast. And look us up on there, and you should be able to listen to it with no problem. I'm not really sure what's going on or why there's an issue, but anyways, episode 21 of the D-Rate the Hate podcast is going to be called Say No to Losers, No Drama for the Win. So that's what we're going to go, and I'm going to talk about a couple things here that kind of hit close to home, just for a couple reasons that I'll get into. But a couple things happened this week, a couple things that I have encountered as far as personal situations that really hit home, and because they were very real. I'm attached to both situations, and that's why I bring it up today. So probably not going to be a real long podcast, but it's going to be one that certainly has a lot of feeling to it, because it is very personal to me. So, the other day I was working here at home over the course of the weekend, and I received a phone call from a driver that works for me, and he unfortunately had been struck by tragedy. His family had been struck by tragedy. His daughter was involved in some type of domestic dispute, and I'm not going to get into the details, but involved in some kind of domestic dispute on Friday night, and unfortunately she was killed, and she's got a young young baby boy, and the whole situation is absolutely tragic. But the reason I bring it up is not only does it hit my heart very hard, but it also makes me believe that there's a lot of things in life that we need to set aside and compartmentalize and be very, very diligent in our efforts to make the life that we have a good life, because you just never know how soon that life can go away, and it's very very tragic when a young life is taken. It's very tragic when any life is taken. But for a young mother, I believe she was in her early 20s, and she had a 15-month-old son, and now she's gone, and she's gone because of senseless violence that very, very well should have been prevented. It's a very sad story, and it's something that nobody ever wants to deal with. But I say that because I started each of my podcasts recently with the idea that what have you done today to make your life a better life? What have you done today to make the world a better place? Because there's a lot of people out there right now that are doing nothing but trying to make things worse for other people. And it's very, very unfortunate. And I think a lot of that is driven by a media narrative and politicians trying to divide people, trying to get in the way of people being able to get along. And I think that is incredibly unfortunate. I think it's in many cases it becomes deadly, and it's very sad. So, you know what? Life is way too short to let some of the things that we allow ourselves to become entangled in and upset about. Life is just way too short, and we need to realize that. And we need to make every day a special day, and it's up to each of us as an individual to make each day the day that we want it to be. That's how I end each of the Derate the Hate podcasts. It's very important that we do so. The other part of this that I wanted to talk about is I went to Walmart, and think what you will about Walmart. I personally can't think of very many places I'd rather go less than Walmart, but that's just my personal opinion. I do not like shopping there, and I don't like going there because it's filled with drama. There's always something there. We see the things on social media, the people of Walmart, and there's always somebody yelling at somebody else, or I mean, just you see some of the most ridiculous things there that you'd ever want to see or rather not see. But I went there. I can't remember. It was my wife and I and my kids. We went there on Saturday or Sunday this past weekend, and had to get a couple things that were, frankly, that was the only place or the most convenient place to get them, and like I said, I wish I didn't have to, but it worked out that way. As we walk in, they're checking everybody for masks, and think what you will about masks. I think they're absolutely ridiculous. I think they're a brutal piece of political garbage that are used to divide us, but that's just my personal opinion. My opinions are my own, and that's my opinion. But as we're going in the door, there's two people, two ladies, one with a mask, one without a mask, and they get into an altercation because of the mask. And don't know why, don't know how, don't know if they knew each other. It didn't appear that they did, but because of a mask that is mandated by some government official, for whatever reason they deem necessary, two people that do not know each other engaged in drama that could only be described as childish and disgusting, and it's unneeded drama. Not only because the mask, in my opinion, is ridiculous, but because we have been conditioned by the media and the politicians to believe that either the mask is a symbol of something or other, whatever. I mean, call it for whatever it is, call it for what it's worth. But one person believes the mask is necessary and that everybody should wear them, and then another person believes the mask is some tyrannical overreach and they don't need them, and the two are just completely on opposing sides, and it starts a physical altercation in Walmart, and that led ultimately to somebody going to jail. And I've just got to say that if you are the type of person that wants to wear a mask or thinks everybody should wear a mask, that's great. Wear a mask. If you're the type of person who doesn't want to wear a mask and you're gonna protest and not wearing a mask, that's great. You do you. That's great. I believe everybody has the right to do what they want to do. We live in a free country. I do not believe in any way, shape, or form it's patriotic to wear a mask. I do not believe in any way, shape, or form it's some type of patriotic thing to stand in opposition to it and not wear a mask. There's certain people that wear them because they feel it's necessary. There's certain people who don't, and whatever your reason is. But do not be the type of person who's going to get in somebody else's face and physically assault somebody because they do or do not have a mask. If you're going to impose your will physically on somebody else because you think some far-off politician has the power to tell you that you should wear a mask or that it's somehow patriotic to wear a mask, if you're that type of person who thinks that you're going to do that, you're a loser. And that kind of drama is not needed. It's not helpful. It's not going to do anything for anybody. And in turn, if you're going to give somebody else a hard time because they are doing their job to impose a mask mandate that they've been dictated to by a government official, if you're going to give that person a hard time because they're making you wear a mask or telling you should wear a mask, that again is it makes you a loser. It's drama. It's unneeded drama, and it's unneeded division driven by people that you will never know, will never see, and they're doing it for that sole purpose, to keep people divided. They're doing it to make people mad at each other and make people treat other people badly. This also goes with, if your political agenda is to go into a restaurant and start ripping up people that you've never met, and you're inciting violence and disturbing people during dinner, because of some cause that you believe is somehow righteous, you're a loser. Don't do that. It's not right. You're being driven by hatred, and that hatred is not going to driving that drama is not going to do anything for your cause. It's just going to drive more people away from your cause. There are better ways to do that. So like I said, this episode is say no to losers, go no drama for the win. The drama, starting an altercation, getting into an altercation with somebody you don't know because of some cause that you think is somehow righteous is never, ever going to bring people to your side of the story. It's never going to do anything to make things better. And like I said, at the beginning of this podcast, at the beginning of so many of the podcasts that I do, what have you done today to make the world a better place? What have you done today to make your life a better life? Because I guarantee you, inciting and instigating drama with people you don't know because of some cause that you feel is righteous, and I don't care if that's messing with somebody while they're having dinner with their family, or starting crap with somebody because they don't have a mask on in a Walmart, or stealing somebody's yard sign because you don't agree with their political candidate, whatever the case may be. All that stuff is drama that will never, ever win people over to your side of the argument. You will never win over the hearts of people by instigating unneeded drama with people you don't know. It's just not going to happen. So make the world a better place. Be the change that you want to see in the world. But do not start drama in an effort to do so, because it's not going to help. It's not going to make things better. And you are only going to drive people away from the ultimate goal that you're looking to achieve. With that said, there's just too much negative that hits the airwaves, whether it be radio, TV. All the news media is constantly preaching negative. Here on the Derate the Hate podcast, I always try to wrap up each episode with a feel-good story, something that stood out to me in all the news that I read throughout the week, something that stood out. And in this week's feel-good story, this is kind of weird and how it came about, but you know what? There's a guy in New Jersey who has dreams and aspirations of moving to the West Coast, California. Okay, that's great. So each day he's looking at this beach cam, looking at this surf cam, and something caught his eye. He caught a couple gentlemen out there cleaning up the beach. So over the course of several times looking at this surf cam out in San Diego, this guy in New Jersey, Mark, sees this little minivan pull up. These two guys get out, and they're just cleaning up the beach. So he contacts this, I think it was KFMB TV out in San Diego to find out if they can send somebody over and check it out. Because he thought it was cool, and he wanted somebody to go thank him. So he calls the news out in San Diego. They go to check it out. Come to find out that what it is two homeless guys that live in this little minivan with their dog. They go to the beach every night after all the people are done partying and making a mess of things. These guys are going out there every night and cleaning up the sidewalk, cleaning up the beach. They're sifting the sand with an old looks to be an old fryer basket. They're sifting the sand, getting the cigarettes out of there, and sticks and everything out, and just doing an amazing job of cleaning up the beach. And I got to tell you, these guys are, I mean, they're out there sweating their butt off. I mean, anybody that knows what the weather's been doing lately, it's very, very hot in San Diego. They're out there sweating, they're out there working, and they're doing it just because it's the right thing to do. So, couple of homeless dudes, David Hendon, Marc Gervais, discovered by, New Jersey Mark, looking at a webcam, just seeing the good deed that's being done out there for no other reason than they think that's the right thing to do. So I think it's an awesome story. They're actually having van troubles. There's a GoFundMe page for these two guys out there, and I'll throw the link to that story in the show notes. And if you guys want to check out the story, I thought it was a feel-good story. I love to see feel-good stories. That's why I end each one of the Derate the Hate podcasts with a feel-good story, because I think the world needs more of them, and all too often there's some of these small stories that most people would never get to see or hear about, and I am here to try and give them a little more publicity than maybe they would normally get. So check it out. Again, the big thing I want to emphasize with this episode is, like I always do, it's up to each of us to make the day a better day for ourselves, make the world a better place. What have you done today to make your life a better life? What have you done today to make the world a better place? So avoid the drama. Go no drama for the win. It's important. And it's words to live by. So when you get back out amongst the people, or whenever you're out amongst the people, be kind to one another. Be grateful for everything that you've got. And above all things, remember, it's up to you to make each and every day the day that you want it to be. So from all of us here at Wilkes World, I just want to express a very heartfelt thank you for all the support. Again, subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a review. And we're going to back on out of here. So we'll catch you next time.